Hello and welcome to the Impact Zone podcast. We are back once again talking more TNA wrestling shenanigans. Today, I actually want your guys' help quite a bit because I want to produce another episode that follows along from this one, or I might even make a few more posts here and there, which I have done in the past on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit, etc. All of this sort of stuff, asking you guys what are matches that you would suggest for people who want to get into TNA wrestling. Obviously, there is the classic unbreakable three-way, but that was many years ago. I think if you want to introduce people to TNA wrestling as it is now, you've kind of got to introduce them to matches that have happened in the last year or so, maybe the last 2 years or so, because otherwise, if you show them a match between a bunch of wrestlers that are no longer in the company, it starts becoming like, well, why am I watching it? This is a great match, but why am I watching it? It doesn't affect watching the show, or whatever. Or would you what is a show, a pay-per-view or TV episode or whatever it is that you would suggest people start watching from this episode or from this pay-per-view? Obviously, people can tune in for the next pay-per-view. Some people do tune in here and there and whatnot and give it a watch or whatever. But if people want to become a more regular viewer or a TNA fan or on that bandwagon, because again, I think that there is a lot of people that are becoming disenfranchised by the WWE charging a lot of money. And this is why, again, I said before, TNA cannot, they have to charge a certain amount for their seats and for everything that they do to cover their costs. And I do think that perhaps some of the tickets are a little bit expensive, but maybe they're also a little bit too cheap in some regards. I don't know how people feel about the ticket prices in TNA, but I do think that maybe they should be raised a little bit to cover more of the costs and whatnot. Or maybe if a certain number of tickets have been sold, the price goes down. Like you get a discount the more seats have been sold, because that will help offset more of the cost. So the first few tickets will have an increased price, and then later on, the more tickets that are sold, the cheaper the tickets become. So that will sort of get people hopefully to buy. Well, it might not, because people will be like, oh, do I really want to pay for full price tickets, or do I want to wait for some other idiot to buy a ticket? But then you have that whole, well, if I don't buy my ticket now, am I gonna get the seats that I want or whatever? So yeah, you've got to make that decision of saying, oh well, I'm going anyway, so yep, that's it, that's what I'm doing. I don't care, even if if the price stayed the same and they said, okay, but we're going to change how they work. We're going to reduce the price of tickets after a certain amount of tickets are sold, or whatever, so that those people can get in easier or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, guys, let me know some of your guys' thoughts. Matches, pay-per-views, TV episodes, whatever it is, to get people interested, to get people being like, oh, that was an awesome match and it had an awesome story. I think I can come up with a few, obviously, but I want to hear what you guys have to say as well, because some of them I will remember and some of them I might forget. So I want to put them all, or as many as possible, in a video for people to be like, hey, what if I want to get into TNA this year? What are some of the matches that I should check out? Or what are some of the pay-per-views or whatever that are good overall and have really good angles going into them and whatnot, that you can easily get invested in without too much knowledge or backstory or whatever else going in. You just watch the video package, and that tells you everything that you kind of need to know, and where we've been for the last few months or whatever it's been. So let me know your thoughts, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. It's a shorter one. I think people might enjoy the shorter ones. I don't know. Hope you do, but hope you will join me again in another one.